With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, Trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series fires things off for the final time in the regular season. That's right, Phoenix Raceway ISM will host the final regular season race here in season number 4. Who's going to find their way in victory lane, punch their ticket to the postseason? Will we see a new race winner, or will we see yet another repeat offender here tonight as the sun begins to set in the background? How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave, bringing you all the calls from Trackside. Speaking of from Trackside, qualifying session already opened up and underway, so we'll go ahead and get some of those qualifying times over there to the left-hand side of your screen for you. What do you say we get rid of this track information, and we'll get that right up for you. There you can see right there, left side of your screen, Thomas Walter, one of those bubble drivers here tonight in that 57 Toyota Camry. Top of the speed charts, quick time here in qualifying, 27:70 is the provisional pole. Snatched up, grabbed up by Thomas Walter. He's going to be dethroned now as Thomas Green goes to the top of the speed charts with a 27:54. There's going to be some hot and heavy action here tonight from the track. I can guarantee you that. A lot of drivers still fighting for their championship hopes and dreams. We'll get to some of those point standings here in just a moment when the track kind of quiets down a little bit. Jared Talmadge with a good, solid qualifying effort. He goes second on the speed charts. We've still got the 94 of Sean Huffstutler down there on pit road, waiting to get out into his machine. As the music fades away, we have a clearer picture of our starting lineup. Rye Lewis, also one of those drivers you're going to have to watch out here. He is absolutely on the bubble. Came into tonight's race sitting 15th in the point standing, so just one spot ahead of Patrick Hernandez, who's pretty much starting park, and he will secure his chance at a championship run when we fire things off here in 2 weeks. Next week we will have the All-Star race, so keep your calendars clear and get ready to come back for some great racing action. And next, the Saturday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. 3 minutes into this 5-minute qualifying session, and it looks like the track has fallen silent, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of some of that qualifying information. There we go. Thomas Green still top of the speed charts, but let's get to some of those point standings. As we mentioned, as we said, tonight is the final night for some of these drivers to make their way into the top 16 and into a championship contending a spot. Ryan Bird leads all the drivers by 19 points in the overall point standings, but let's focus, let's pay attention right here. Bogan, Walter, Kralik, Lewis, Hernandez. Those are all the drivers that you got to watch, all the drivers that we're going to have our eye on. Bogan has to finish at least 16th, and he'll walk away with a chance to run for a championship. So it's coming down to Walterman, and Kralik, as well as Rye Lewis. Those drivers, and actually, I apologize, Aaron Kralik locked in with last week's race win at Michigan. So Kralik, he'll be running for a championship. And with that being said, qualifying over, Thomas Green takes the Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying award. And we're going to step trackside for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave
Drivers with their engines fired, already rolling off a pit road. Let's run down your starting lineup for tonight's Kayci Memorial 195, starting inside row number 1 with the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Polo Award here tonight, the 10 of Thomas Green. Jared Talmadge just to his outside. There you'll find Walter and Shelley back in row 2, row 3, Kralik and Bird, Fonner, Bogan, Hernandez, and Wright round out your top 10. Rest of the field looks a little something like this as we get ready to drop the hammer. It's going to be a quick one here tonight under the desert sun, so the music will already fade away, and these drivers will bring these machines to life. There's the rest of your running order in the Geico restart box, and on the gas, green flag flies. First time and 3 wide already into turn 1. 3 wide for a moment. Talmadge going to sort things out. Thomas Walter right there. Isaac Shelley, Ryan Bird all running well with each other. Your top 4 all nose to tail. Back across the back stretch, side by side with Shelley on the outside, and it looks like Shelley may have a little bit of a magic man moment and will complete lap number 1. Your pole sitter walks away with the first lap led. We'll jump around a little bit here because there's going to be some crazy action at the beginning of tonight's race. There you can see one driver with some trouble already. That's Morris Bogan. Bogan in that 36 Nike machine having some trouble. Looks like he's already banged it off of the outside. Also a big tough break for Bogan. He needs to have a solid night. Needs to finish up inside of the top 16 in order to make his way into the championship. So we'll see how he goes about it. Right now running in 13th, so still safe for the time being, as the fastest lap of the race turned in by your pole sitter, your race leader, the 10 filter time machine of Thomas Green. Meanwhile, back in the back, let's jump back here a little bit. We've got a little bit of a hornet's nest underway. There's the 10 of Patrick Hernandez, one of those drivers needing a good solid finish, and with himself running in 13th. Looks like with just 20 drivers in tonight's field starting in tonight's race, it looks like he's going to walk away with a top 20 here tonight, and that will indeed secure his spot to run for a championship in just 2 short weeks. A lot of different implications here tonight. It's not all about just who's going to make it into the post-race, or the post-season, I should say, but it's also the 4th out of 5 North Star 5 races. The North Star Designs crew coming on board, sponsoring the North Star 5 events this season. The NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series, we've got 5 races, and the drivers with the best average finish out of the end. Essentially, it comes down to average finish. Drivers will accumulating points over these 5 races. Tonight is the 4th of that 5. The final race will be at Atlanta Motor Speedway during our playoff run. So everybody got a little something more to run for here tonight. A handful of these teams on the outside looking in of the championship chase. They're eyeballing this North Star 5 achievement as possibly the crowning jewel of their season. Still a long way to go to see who's going to walk away with that checkered flag here tonight, and still a very long night when we head to Atlanta. We all know how tires like to get ate up at Atlanta, so we'll see how drivers fare there. But first, we got to see who's going to walk away with the stage points, who's going to walk away with the race win here tonight in the Kayci Memorial 195 from Phoenix International Raceway. And I actually believe they dropped the international section of that name, so we'll call it Phoenix Raceway, ISM, if you will. With that open dog leg, you could expect some hot and heavy action on the restart, and now we've already got drivers beginning to single file and spread out around this 1 mile odd-shaped oval. Kerry Trebu back with us once again this week. That 7 machine has been running good over the course of the past handful of weeks. Has had some solid top 5 finishes, some solid runs here in his debuts. So we'll see if he can't figure things out here tonight at Phoenix under the desert sun. The lights will come on a little bit later on, and we will finish this race underneath the lights here in the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Nice little 3-4 car battle raging on right here. Tell you what, why don't we go up here with last week's race winner, Aaron Kranlich, looking now to the inside on Ryan Bird. The 49 machine going to be stuck to the high side for just a moment. Not going to be able to really keep that 10 at bay much longer, because I'm telling you, that clean tide machine is looking to go almost into the outside wall. Kranlich with a little bit of a moment. A breath of fresh air breathed into the season of this 01 and his entire crew. Last week at Michigan International Raceway, they locked themselves in to the postseason championship with that race winning performance. So he can breathe a little bit easy here tonight in the Kayci Memorial 195. Back across the line already, lap number 12 in the books. We're cooking things off very fast. 130 laps scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Stage number 1 will come to a close at lap number 55. So the sim box stage break at lap 55. Driver's going to be able to refuel, rehydrate, re-rack, reset, refocus, and try to run down a top spot. Meanwhile, up at the front, no harm, no foul. Nobody around, except for in that rear view mirror, the filter time in number 10 Toyota Camry, piloted by Thomas Green, looking to get back to victory lane for a third time this season, become our winningest driver of the year so far. And what a time to begin peaking. What a time to begin finding some extra speed right before we hit the playoff rundown. The Fruity Pebbles number 12 of Jared Talmadge still in a solid second. The Premier 98 of Isaac Shelley right there in third. Another Toyota right behind him. The Camry driver, Thomas Walter, right there in his 57 machine. Let's take a look at Walter as he makes his way off of turn number 2 down the back stretch now. Great run for that North Star Design sponsored 57. Walter, one of those drivers that was, we'll call it in danger. He is inside of the top 16, but he's in a position without a race win in his back pocket to kind of fall back on. He's going to have to watch those points. He's going to have to run well here tonight, and running inside of the top 5 right now, 15 laps into tonight's race. Walter doing exactly what he needs to do, and that's have a solid stage run and have a solid finish here tonight. Looks like Talmadge beginning to reel Green back in. Isaac Shelley all over the tail end of that 12. So we've got some small battles all over the racetrack. What do you say we go back here around that 10th position, take a look at this battle one that's beginning to unfold between Martin Morales and Mark Wright. We'll take a look from the overhead camera shot, or on board right here. Our Chevy onboard camera shot being held down by Mark Wright inside of that 55. You can see him get through turn number 3, cross the start-finish line now, back through the dog leg and into old turn number 3. We'll call it turns 1 and 2 now. He was a little bit closer a handful of laps ago, so maybe struggling just a little bit with that. Right front is the 55. We'll jump back outside of the race car, though. It's Patrick Hernandez. He's showing up on scene. We're going to have ourselves a 3-car tussle here in just a handful of laps, and another tussle right behind him. Bogan Ferrara going at it as well. Ferrara right there in that Ego Toyota Camry sitting in the 13th position. Ferraro looking for a fine run here tonight, running very well, up 1 position from where he qualified. He sits in 13th. More battles on track. Let's go right around that 15th position there. You can see 3 drivers all mixed up, running with each other. Dakota Moniz, Sean Huffstutler, Rye Lewis right there running with each other. 14th, 15th, 16th on track. Lewis in that 41 Camry. He is one of those bubble drivers. He is one of those drivers that we are watching the most. He is essentially the bubble driver, with only about 10 to 15 points separating himself from Dakota Moniz. So as Moniz runs 2 positions in front, Lewis has got to be careful about giving up too many positions in tonight's race, and he's going to let the 44 of Maurice Gamillion to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to move right on by, move that 44 to 16. Meanwhile, back in the front, side-by-side battle for 4th and 5th. You might as well throw 6th in it, because the 49 of Ryan Bird all over the tail end of this side-by-side battle. Aaron Kralik going to make his way around and into that 4th position, take away the spot from Thomas Walter. And Ryan Bird, he's going to make up a position as well, as we take a look at the man putting in work inside of the office of that 01 Aaron Kralik. Now a look off of the back end. Ooh, Ryan Bird just to his inside man, close racing into the corner. And I mean, that's just how close it is, race fans. Look how close they are to the wall. Look how close they are running with each other. My gosh, it doesn't get much better than this. Talmadge, one of those drivers off in front, the Fruity Pebbles, number 12. He's got to have a fine night. I mean, I don't want to say he's in a must-win situation, but it is dangerously close to a must-win situation. There's a outside chance he may be able to point his way in. And sitting in 3rd right now, 2.5 seconds in front of the battle that's raging on between these 4 Cup drivers through turn number 4 back across the line. Talmadge separating himself, and he may have a fighting chance after all. And we warned you, we told you there was going to be some fast-paced racing action here tonight. It was going to come at you pretty frantically. Already 24 laps into tonight's 130-lap event. We are knocking on the door of 100 laps to go, with less than 30 laps, let's call it 30 laps to go here in stage number 1 before we will see that sim box store caution flag fly for the first time. Battle at the front. Let's jump to the race lead. We've got trouble in paradise. Isaac Shelley has shaken off Talmadge, and he has a run down. Your race leader, your pole sitter, Thomas Green, now has company. Shelley with a little bit of connection issues, a little bit of electrical problems plaguing that 98, and he's going to pull the slide job through the corner. Look to take that position away. Digging on the bottom, looking for the crossover. Not going to get there at the line. We'll have to wait and see. Can he get it done? Can the 10 keep himself out front? Can he lead every single lap so far here tonight? Off of turn 4, we come to the line. And yes, Thomas Green will keep that lap led for the time being. He'll keep the race lead, and now he will snatch it right on back from that 98 of Shelley. A lot of great racing action very early here tonight. 27 laps into the Kayci Memorial 195 right here in the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Track Racer has the cutting-edge design and engineering to give you that little bit of extra, that competitive edge over the competition, offering race rigs, flight simulators, monitor stands, accessories, and now multiple accessories, really, and now you can even pick yourselves up one of those SimCube wheels. That's right, partnering with SimCube. A Track Racer has everything you need to complete or begin your race rig today. You can check them all out over at trackracer.com. That's trackracer.com. Battle for the race lead? Not anymore. New race leader here tonight as we cross the line last time around to take lap number 29. Isaac Shelley was able to grab the race lead away from Thomas Green, and as those two battled for about 3 to 4 laps, that's brought Jared Talmadge right up into the mix. How about the man? Very hungry, foaming at the mouth, if you will. sitting in third. If Talmadge can walk away with a race win, man, that is going to shake up that points bubble. That very well might push Rye Lewis out. Maybe, possibly Dylan Walterman, as Thomas Walter having a good race here tonight, sitting in 7th. Walterman all the way back onto pit road. The Alpine Stars 75 machine has had some trouble and is listed 19 laps down here tonight. So Walterman's chances at a championship fading, and fading fast. Jump around the track once again. 32 laps into tonight's race. We are less than 100 to go here tonight in the Kayci Memorial 195. Let's jump back to a battle. It's a 3-car battle. Dakota Moniz, Sean Huffstutler, and Martin Morales going at it with each other. You can include that 36 of Morris Bogan right there running in 12th. Bogan at the high side of the track. And it looks like he's going to give up a handful of positions now. We'll head on board. What do you say we go? Do we got that one? Yeah, we do. On board camera shot here with Morris Bogan. As you can see, those drivers a little bit faster running on the bottom. The 94 going to make his way around. The 91 of Martin Morales follows suit, and just like that, Bogan drops from 12th back to 15th. Still a gaggle of cars right here, all over each other. Everybody racing for position except that Alpine Star 75 of Dylan Walterman. Early mechanical troubles kept Walterman on pit road for an extended stay. He finds himself 19 laps down now, and that is a tough way to, I don't want to say put the nail in the coffin on his championship. He's still out there running. So there's an outside shot. He can pick up enough points here. If enough drivers have some trouble in front of him, he could, I don't want to say back his way into the championship, but he may be able to find a way to sneak in to the playoffs. Bogan with a big slide up through 3 and 4 that time around. That's going to open up the door for Rye Lewis. Lewis going to bring his, or I apologize, that's actually Maurice Gamillion in that 44 late apex Chevy Z01 Camaro looking to the inside, and he'll take that position away. Meanwhile, at the front, not much going on except this man walking away. 1.6 second advantage for Isaac Shelley. Thomas Green now has trouble dealing with Talmadge, and Talmadge going to make his way by for second. Struggling a little bit with that long run pace seems to be that filter time premier number 10 of Thomas Green. He slid back from your pole position now into third. 37 laps into tonight's race, 36 in the bag. Some of the battles slowly starting to go away. Talmadge starts to pull away from Green, so we'll see that gap intensify just a little bit. Ryan Bird waiting, jumping at the bit for somebody to race with. That Inca Tour 49 Chevy Z01 Camaro. Bird running at 4th and rounding out your top 5. Last week's race winner. There you can see that clean machine, the 01 of Aaron Kralik. Max Fonner out of the Max Motorsports stable. There you can see the 51 running well here tonight. Solid race so far as we see the sun begin to fade in the background and those lights starting to come on. This is yet another aspect, race fans, is we started under the sun, and we will transition into night under the lights. This track is going to change. The temperature is going to drop. Who has got the crew chief that is on it? Who's going to be able to keep up with the changing conditions of this track as this race continues on? Long green flag run to open up tonight's Kayci Memorial 195. We have been clean and green for all 39 completed. 40 now on the board with just 15 to go here in stage 1. Let's jump around the track a little bit. What do you say we go up here to your top three? Talmadge, Green, and Bird. And what has happened to the 98 of Isaac Shelley? Shelley having trouble. Oh my goodness. We may have had a driver dropped. I believe Isaac Shelley's electrical issues may have come to haunt him because now he is listed in pit lane. And that's going to be a tough pill to swallow as well for Shelley. The past handful of weeks have been a little bit of a rough go for that Premier 98 in the entire crew. Some rough races on the controller, waiting for the new wheel to be to get there. And now mechanical problems, electrical issues forces Shelley to pit lane, and he is going to fall multiple laps down before he re-emerges back on the track. And to compound this off, race fans, I don't know if he's going to be able to get back out there before the end of stage number 1. So that lucky dog, or at least getting one of what will be multiple laps back, doesn't look like that's going to come into play. With the unfortunate circumstances with Shelley, that's going to put Talmadge at the front of the field, right where he needs to be, right where he wants to be. Some solid races as of late for Talmadge. Last time we seen him on the podium at Las Vegas, we also seen him, if I'm not mistaken, let's check those stats. Yes, indeed, he was on the podium position last week at Michigan. So 2 second-place finishes in a row. Can that 12 finally break through and get himself a race win and lock himself into the championship chase? Man, how about a Cinderella story, man, for Jared Talmadge? That would be better than a scripted book. Having some early troubles in the season and just slowly beginning to build some of that consistency and get some of those finishing runs that he needed over the course of the past handful of weeks. We've seen him podium after podium after podium, so it looks like the team is peaking, heading in the right direction at the right time. And now that Fruity Pebbles number 12 looking good here tonight, leading the way. Lap number 46 goes on the board this time by. We got a battle for position right behind him. How about Ryan Bird, the 49, looking to the inside of your pole sitter. And he's going to grab that spot with a fair amount of heat. The Ian Couture 49 Chevy Z01 Camaro takes that second spot away in what was a Toyota trio at the front. Has now been shut down by the bow ties. We've got 2 Chevys out front, followed by 1 Camry. Aaron Kralik in that tied Chevy Z01 Camaro. He's going to start to make his way into the background very shortly. I'll tell you what, why the battle right here rages on. Why don't we go to yet another battle that is out there on track. Max Fonner, Aaron Kralik. They've been going at it lap after lap, switching, swapping that position. Whoa, swapping the position. And Kralik almost into that outside wall. That was almost bad for Kralik there. You can see that 57 of Thomas Walter. Once again, one of those drivers that needs a fine, solid finish here tonight. And even if Talmadge wins this race, I think Walter with a top 10, I think he'll be able to point his way in. Don't hold me to that, race fans. We don't have the official words yet on where drivers need to finish. We are only speculating as we wait for tonight's race to unfold. Kralik at the top. That 57 of Walter takes the bottom. And how about this? Just 6 laps remaining here in this opening stage. We have been clean and green all night long. Jared Talmadge leads the way. The 49 of Ryan Bird hot on his trail. Thomas Green right there running in third. Green was your Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying award winner. He sat on the pole position here tonight. He's fallen back a handful of positions, finds himself in third, and a handful of drivers looking for some more. Lap number 51 now goes on the board. We're just a few short laps away to the stage, into the stage break, so drivers going to be waiting to get on the horns with their crew chiefs and get some changes dialed up and dialed in, called in, and ready to go. Want to race here tonight. Want to give a big shout out to one of the sponsors this season, North Star Designs, graphic design, logo, websites, and more. You can find samples of all their work over at North Star Designs on Instagram, and TW Norse on Twitter and Twitch. That's right. Whenever you need to stand out, remember, look to the star. North Star Designs. Still leading the way here at the end of this opening stage. The long green flag run, drivers not having to come to pit road in lap number 53 now goes on the board. It's just a short 3 laps to go here for Talmadge before he can walk away with a stage win. And will tonight be the night that he breaks into victory lane? I mean, he's been fast all day long, really, here in early practice, happy hour, qualifying, and now race trim. Talmadge seems to be one of those drivers that you're going to have to deal with if you're going to walk away with the checkered flag here tonight. Back across the stripe, we will head for the final time. Lap number 55 will go on the board. We will await the very close. Ryan Bird looking to spoil the show. Not gonna do it. Crossing the line this time by Jared Talmadge. A little bit of brake rotor heat. You can see the brake rotors lighting up red there. Talmadge hard on the brake, and he'll keep that top spot. And it looks like he will indeed walk away with the stage win. Wait to make it official until that caution flag flies. Still keeping that 49 of Ryan Bird had pay, coming back through the backstretch once again into turns number 3 and 4. The 12 of Talmadge shows the way. Bird looking for the outside run, not going to get there. Number 55 goes in the board, and that's going to do it for the stage break. We should see that Sim Box Store caution flag fly. And we're going to keep this thing green. And there it is, the Sim Box Store caution flag flies to signify the stage end. Just like that. Job well done. Walking away with the stage win. Inside of that, Fruity Pebbles, number 12, Jared Talmadge grabs himself some bonus points. It's the Simbox stage break. Drivers will be using their button boxes to make their strategy a reality. In a matter of moments, get yours today at simboxstore.com. Well, once again, that's simboxstore.com. Simbox Store, you really push our buttons. Not playing around, not playing any games at the front of the field. Is that 12 of Talmadge. He'll lead a parade of lead lap drivers down to pit lane for a first service. And attention to the crew, Max Fonner's going to stay out, roll the dice here. The 57 of Thomas Walter also going to stay out. Patrick Hernandez joins the group of drivers trying to just stay out and lead a lap if they can here under our first caution. And as we do find ourselves under caution for the first time here tonight, the first time we've had ourselves a break, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, pay a few of the bills. You all know how that goes, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your green flag action right here from Phoenix Raceway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Rejoining the track as drivers get set in double file, ready to go here tonight. Once again, the side-by-side pace car already off. Ryan Bird was able to beat Jared Talmadge out of pit lane to take over as your race leader, just our third different race leader here tonight. And now, our fourth different race leader here tonight, Ryan Bird, will bring the field to the Geico restart box and fire things off. Away we go. Green flag flies. Once again, here from Phoenix Raceway. Everybody seems to be up and through the gears. No trouble here on this restart. Everybody fanning out looking for some. And Maurice Gamillion, he's getting overtaken left and right. The 91 and the 44 and the 7, I apologize, gonna split him for a moment. Gamillion gonna hang tough on the outside. Fonner coming into the mix now. 51 looking for a handful of positions. Side by side, Horton's Nest right here. You can see here pole sitter up in the mix. That tin machine mired back in traffic, running in the 11th position. And a little bit of a tough go here. A little bit of a tough break right now and we got one driver into the outside wall. That's going to do it. Bogan, Trebu, Walter, Hernandez. Looks like they all may have been caught up and involved in this latest one. I tell you what, let's see if we can go back, see what happened with this two machine. We'll jump back to the Track Racer replay. There you go. Driver sideways through the corner. Driver sideways in front. It looks like that was about two separate incidences. So we'll go back. Let's take a look here. Oh, contact 55 into the 36. That's all she wrote. And there's Hernandez coming in a little bit late, clipping that 36 of Bogan. And that will put us under caution for the first time for the first on-track incident of the night. Ryan Bird will have the race lead of the field behind him here. Handful of drivers with some trouble. Getting a little bit sideways here on the restart. And through the opening first handful of laps, the Max Motorsports Inc. Tour 49 of Ryan Bird shows the way. So it started off as a slow night for the boss man, and the flag stand seems to have ramped up just a little bit over the course of the past handful of laps. Our second caution of the evening flying here on lap number 62. First on-track incident, we only had one stage break, and there you can see Isaac Shelley, the 98, listed multiple laps down here tonight after an electrical issue caused him to have to go to pit road, open up the hood, and get to working on some of the electronics. Fortunately enough, they were able to get that machine fired back up, fired back off of pit road, and he rejoins the race tonight. 8 laps down. After receiving a lucky dog, it's a long road ahead for Shelley. Fortunate enough for Shelley, he doesn't have to worry about the point standings. Came into tonight's race with a race win in his back pocket, as well as sitting second in the overall championship points coming into tonight's race. So a breathe easy night for that 98, but I'm sure that heart was a pumping when those issues began to happen. It's always something when you start to have those electrical problems, those mechanical issues. It goes through the drivers' heads. Sometimes it carries on to the next week, and they're a little bit worried, a little bit concerned. So the handful of rough weeks here as of late for Shelley seem to be continuing here tonight from Phoenix. I'm going to tell you what, race fans, we haven't done it in quite some time, so what do you say we give you this latest restart? We'll mute the mics for a moment and give you a little bit of turn it up action right here from Phoenix Raceway. Pace car lights are off, so drivers will double file. As you can see, Patrick Hernandez firing at a pit road, keeping himself on the lead lap, but just barely. He's going to have to boogie around this 1 mile track to get himself back to your race leaders. Closing in on the halfway point here tonight, and just over the halfway point, as a matter of fact. Pace car gonna duck off. We're gonna mute the mics for a second, and we're gonna go turn it up style here for this latest restart, and away we go. Waiting for the drivers to get to the Geico restart box, and we will fire this thing off. Off as the rabbit, and the 49 of Ryan Bird takes the race lead, and we're gonna go to our turn it up. Onboard camera shot with Thomas Green. He's got a lazy spin. He'll fire it back off. But we stay green flag racing, and I want to point out one driver. We got to get to him. Who was it over there? Do we got that one written down? I do believe, yes, we're getting a head shake on that one. So we do know who it was. Let's go check out this 5, man. The LarsonLineCars.com. I'm telling you, that 5 machine looking good here tonight. Feeling good as well. Let's see if we can't go on board here real fast. Let's go take a look at that SpongeBob helmet, man. I'm telling you what, A+, double thumbs up right here for Dakota Moniz inside of that LarsonLines.com. Number 5 Chevy Z01 Camaro, sporting the SpongeBob. You gotta love it. Hot and heavy action at the front of the field. Let's go back up here. Battle for the race lead. Jared Talmadge looks to take that spot back. Crossover attempt. Will it be there? Not quite just yet. They head down into turn number 3 and 4. Ryan Bird hunting on the bottom. Not quite going to have the momentum. And Talmadge takes that top spot back away. Once again, this is a dream come true right now here for Talmadge. If he can walk away with a race-winning performance here tonight and punch his ticket to the postseason with the final regular season race. It took all year to get there, but he's right here. Can the number 12 wrap it up in race 12 here tonight from Phoenix? A lot of drivers all over each other, so as Talmadge begins to step away, we'll look at this battle. Second and third on the racetrack. The Ego, number 6 of Ryan Ferraro, looking like he wants another position here. He's very fast through the center of the corner, but here comes that 91 of Martin Morales. Morales, one of those quick drivers week in, week out. And there goes that 91 to the bottom of the racetrack, looking for that third and final podium position here tonight. Still a long way to go as we'll cross the line. Lap number 75 will go on the board. And with just about a stage in front of us, 55 laps remaining next time by, drivers have got to get it done. Isaac Shelley with some issues, and he's going to head right down the pit road. And it looks like the 98 Premier Toyota Camry will head back behind the wall, and we're hearing that's going to be it. We're hearing that's going to be the night for Isaac Shelley. Mechanical issues, electrical problems, all in one race here tonight under the lights at Phoenix Raceway. And Isaac Shelley listed out of tonight's race. We're going to check in on some of those bubble drivers real fast as we work our way around the track on lap number 76 here. Let's go back. Let's revisit some of those point standings. We've talked about Thomas Walter. We've talked about Dylan Walterman. We've talked about Rye Lewis. Those are the 3 main drivers that are, again, I don't like to use the word in danger, but those are the drivers that we are definitely watching. Those are the drivers that have the opportunity to fall outside of your top 16 with a fine run by some of those drivers looking from the outside looking in. We already know Cody Reed, his night, his championship run is over. He did not make the trip here to Phoenix Raceway, so he will be out of a chance to run for a championship. Mark Dingman with a must-win situation, absolute must-win situation for Mark Dingman, as well as a must-win situation for Gerald Duff, and both of those drivers not here tonight, so their championship hopes and dreams out the window. Tom Sinchek not here tonight. Sinchek needed to finish inside of the top 20, and he would have walked away with a chance to run for a championship, but it looks like Sinchek will not make an appearance in the postseason. He will lose that opportunity to run. James Trammell, the 20 machine. Where is Trammell? He is inside of your top 5, sitting 11 positions ahead of where he started tonight's race. And he's looking good. He's got he needs a win. And he needs a little bit of help from drivers having some trouble. And, well, we've got drivers having some trouble. How about out of tonight's race on the bubble, Rye Lewis will walk away with 19th place points here tonight. So drivers with an assured opportunity to try to leapfrog a driver in that championship standings and make their way inside the top 16. How about Dylan Walterman? Walterman in that Alpine Stars Monster Energy number 75. He is the next one in line that has to worry about pointing his way in or keeping himself in. Walterman came into tonight's race sitting tied in 12th with Thomas Walter in the point standings on that championship bubble, and Walterman has had some trouble 18 laps down here tonight. Again, opportunity is out there. It is knocking on the door of a handful of drivers. Andrew D. Philippus, his opportunity to run for a championship will come to an end. Mark Wright also having some struggles here tonight. Came into tonight's race 41 points outside of that cutoff line. He's running just outside of the top 10. So Mark Wright in the 55 Guinness machine with an outside shot, struggling a little bit here tonight. And caution flag will fly. Trouble on the track. Maurice Chameleon's late apex, number 44, Chevy ZL1 Camaro comes to a crawl. We'll have to check the replay. Do we got that one queued up? We're getting a thumbs up. So let's check the Track Racer replay here. What brought out the third caution? And it looks like just a little bit too much apron right there. That 44 it just goes around. We'll see if we can't take one more shot at it. Another overhead drone camera shot, and yeah, just touching a little too much of that apron, and there it goes. The 44 of Chameleon goes around, and that will put us under caution for the third time here tonight. Just our second on-track incident. So now the 44 with trouble. He'll head to the tail end as Talmadge brings Bird, Ferraro, Morales, Trammell, the entire field, or I should say everybody on the lead lap, will head down to pit road. So as these drivers get some service and fuel, we're going to take a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside, just as that iRacing pace car ducks off field double file, Jared Talmadge won the race off of pit lane, and he will be the control car heading to the Geico restart box. How about the driver's second car outside row? Check out that Punisher number 20 of James Trammell. He needs to walk away with a race win. He needed drivers with some trouble. He needed some help. He's got drivers with trouble. Now he just needs to do his part and get to that top spot and into victory lane. Green flag flies once again here from Phoenix Raceway, and we are back underway. Hot and heavy action. Let's jump back here. Let's get a little bit. I'll tell you what, we haven't been to the drone cam very much here tonight. Let's go high above the track. One of our turn 3 drone cam operators here keeping up with all of the action down there on the track. Watching that 51 Max Motorsports machine of Max Bonner looking for a position to the filter time number 10 of Thomas Green. Looks to the bottom of the racetrack. Your Pump and Dump Clothing Company, a pole sitter here tonight, has had some troubles and found himself running back around the 7th position, looking to get his way back to a top 5. We'll get a little closer to the action once again. Off of turn number 4, back across the stripe, lap number 90 now underway, in contact with the outside wall. Oh man, heavy contact with the outside wall. I believe that may have been the 2 of Patrick Hernandez with a little bit of trouble. It was either Hernandez or Wright back in that Guinness number 55 machine. Heavy contact with the outside wall. We keep the thing straight. We keep it. Green flag here. And, oh, we are just now seeing this, race fans. I don't believe we're going to see this thing become a fuel mileage issue. Drivers the pit lane back on lap number 84. We've seen him stretch it for over 55 laps the entire first segment of tonight's race. Stage 1 in a hole, clean and green the entire time, and nobody had to come to pit road for fuel. So I believe, if my math is right, and you know 1259, I think it's gonna be right. These drivers will not have to head to pit lane for gas. They may need tires, they may want tires, but you're not going to give up that track position to come to get tires during green flag conditions. We'll have to wait to see if this thing stays clean and green to the end. As we close in on the 100 lap mark, we've only got about 37 laps remaining in tonight's Kayci Memorial 195, showing the way in that Fruity Pebbles number 12 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Let's jump back with your race leader. Job well done here tonight. Talmadge needs a race win to punch his ticket, and he's going after it right now. Just one of your multiple non-race winning drivers inside of the top 5 right now. 3 out of your top 5 drivers have yet to visit victory lane. The man right here all over the rear deck lid of Talmadge right now, Ryan Bird, man. He's been to victory lane. He's looking to get back once again. He's not pulling any punches, all over the tail end of Talmadge. Coming right at you, right back down into the corner. And Talmadge's going to keep that top spot for the moment. Close racing action here. Check out your pole sitter, Thomas Green. He's been moving and shaking, making his way up through the field. Green now back into a top 5 position. Lap number 96 goes on the board. Handful of drivers with some trouble here tonight. We started tonight's race with a 20-car field. We have still got 16 out on the track running here tonight, with just 14 left on the lead lap. Thomas Green with some issues, a little bit of trouble there for Thomas Green, so we'll jump off to another driver. Ryan Bird right here, still hunting down your race leader, Jared Talmadge, but Bird not able to do anything with him for the moment. As a little look there to the inside, coming through Turn number 2. Not quite going to be close enough to make that position work out. How about James Trammell? We got to give this man some love and some TV time. Started tonight's race on the outside looking in. And Trammell doing everything he can. Started all the way back in 16th and has gained 12 positions to be the biggest mover of the race. But he's got to get 3 more spots. He's got to pick up the race win. He's already got some of the help that he needed. He just needs to get that checkered flag. Now Trammell running well, running in 4th. Jump back outside the car, watch the battles unfold. There you can see Ryan Bird still not able to do away with Jared Talmadge, so Talmadge will continue to show the way, and now to the inside goes Trammell. That's going to open up the door and bring that tin machine right on along, and now we've got a 3-make-it-4 car battle for 3rd and 4th. Thomas Green going to look to the inside on Trammell, look to take that position away, and Trammell goes way up the track, position not conceded just yet, utilizing the dog leg, and there it is. The 10 gonna grab that 4th position away for the time being on James Trammell, and Trammell has no choice but to let him go. Look for the crossover, not quite there. Will continue down the backstretch and into the final corner. Ferraro leads Green, Trammell, and Funner back in 6th. Martin Morales a short distance behind this pack. There you can see that Mint Green, number 91 machine, that Ford Mustang running well here tonight. The fastest Ford in the field. Sitting just outside of your top 5, Martin Morales runs in 7th. A little further back through the field, what do you say we go back to this battle raging on? Mark Wright and Maurice Gomillion going at it, 13th, 14th on the speedway. As we've got this battle in the back, we've got this huge battle right here. About 1.3, a second and a half or maybe a second and a half off of Ryan Bird. We've got a lot of drivers mixing it up, man. Ferraro, Trammell, Green, Fana, Morales, Hernandez, Walter, Moniz, all right here running with each other. Moniz, the last driver in this big, huge pack, running with each other. And although Trammell likes his spot, this battling right here, it's allowing those top 2 drivers to step away. It's allowing them to pull that gap that they need to I don't want to say race easy, but have a little breathing room. They know they can attempt to pass, and if they miss, they're not going to get bum rushed or blindsided by an entire pack of cars. So this 5 or 6 car pack making their way around Phoenix Raceway, really allowing your top 2 to step away. And as you can see already, since Green has been able to get by Trammell and separate himself, get a little bit of a distance between himself and the rest of this hungry pack of drivers, Green already beginning to reel back in your top 2. Trammell back to the high side, and once again, he'll allow that 51 of Max Fonner to take the 4th position. And what a run, what a night here at Phoenix Raceway. Just some quick cautions here in stage number 2. Only 2 on-track incidents here tonight. We've seen the sim box door caution flag fly 3 separate times. 1 for a stage break, 2 for on-track incidents. We have been clean and green for the majority of tonight's race. And what a way to finish out the regular season, huh, race fans, with long green flag runs right here from Phoenix Raceway. And just like that, we have got 25 laps remaining in tonight's KC Memorial 195 here in the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. If you haven't already, race fans, you know what we like, you know what we're going to ask. Show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy the content, you enjoy the great racing action week in, week out, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Go ahead, show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. While you're here, while you're at it, you can check out all of the sponsor links in the description. But first, Join us in that push to 3,000. If you haven't already, tell your friends and family, drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. With that being said, we're down to just 23 laps to go. A driver's championship's hopes, championship dreams will continue or end here tonight. There is a handful of drivers in this field battling, doing everything they can to get to victory lane, to walk away with a chance and an opportunity to run for a championship. James Trammell, he is in a must-win situation. He's running top 5 at the moment. How about Jarrett Talmadge? He doesn't need a race win. He just needed a fine points night, and Talmadge sitting in first, looking to punch his ticket and secure that championship post-race run. Dakota Moniz running inside of your top 10 as well. You can see that Larson Lines Cars, LarsonLinedCars.com, number 5, sitting in the 9th position. He needed a good run here tonight on the outside looking in, and he's having a good go at it here tonight. Roy Lewis inside the championship cutoff line had trouble here tonight. He very well may see himself fall from championship contention. Dylan Walterman also with some trouble here tonight. Walterman 17 laps down to the Alpine Stars Monster Energy 75 ZL1 Camaro may very well find himself on the outside looking in when we head to Pocono to open up our championship chase. 3-car battle right here around that 6th position, but let's go up front because there's some trouble in paradise. Talmadge still able to keep Ryan Bird at bay, but these top 2 have been mixing it up lap after lap. Somehow they are still able to pull away from 3rd place runner Thomas Green, your Pump and Dump Clothing Company Pole Award winner here tonight. So while Green struggles with the long run pace, Talmadge looks to separate himself from Ryan Bird and secure his chance to run for that championship. And let's go check in on a handful of other drivers. Let's check in on this man right here. Patrick Hernandez came into tonight's race sitting 16th in points. He needed He needed to have a good run. He needed to have himself, I believe it is 16th place or better here tonight to secure himself in the postseason. And it looks like the Fort Worth, Texas native may very well get the job done. Running 7th here tonight, started back in 9th, so gained 2 spots over the course of tonight's 115 laps that are in the bag. We have just got 15 to go when we cross the line, and Patrick Hernandez may be racing for a championship in 2 weeks when we hit the honeymoon capital of the world. That's right, Lover's Triangle, the Tricky Triangle. Pocono Raceway will kick things off for our championship run. And Hernandez now has trouble. Dakota Moniz all over him, so we'll watch this battle unfold for a brief moment. What has happened to Trammell? That Punisher number 20 fired off well here on the restart and has since dropped like a rock. Big time trouble now. Trammell is watching his chase drive away in his windshield right now. That 20 of Trammell needed to race a win, and he has dropped from inside of a podium position all the way back now outside of your top 10. Trammell sits in 11th. But it's a close battle here. We've got Drivers all over each other in the closing stages, the waning moments of tonight's race. Ryan Ferraro, Patrick Hernandez, Dakota Moniz, Martin Morales, Mark Wright, Gary Trebu, all right here running with each other. James Trammell up in this mix, so it's about from that 6th position all the way to about 12th. So it's 5 to 6 drivers caught up and involved in this hot and heavy heated battle. There you can see Ryan Ferraro being run down by Moniz at the moment. And can the Ego Toyota Camry keep himself from not just losing that position to Moniz, but there is a ton of hungry drivers right behind. Not much to talk about, not much to say, not much has changed. At the front of the field, the Fruity Pebbles number 12 of Jared Talmadge continuing to show the way. Talmadge was one of those drivers that was very fast in happy hour, very fast in qualifying, just barely missed out on the pole position. Started from the outside of your pole position in that 2nd spot. So we all seen the pace. We all knew he had 1 lap speed. I'm sure the competitors didn't know he had 15, 20, 30 lap race pace here tonight. Little bit of a surprise. We can see the balance of the cars change over the course of the race, and it looks like driver and crew chief really communicating well here tonight and really keeping up with the track and the changes that needed to be made to keep this 12 Fruity Pebbles ZL1 Camaro at the front of the field. Talmadge crosses the line with just 10 to go here from Phoenix. Less than 10 now remain, 9 left as we cross the start-finish line that time around. No real battles at the front. Ryan Bird half a second back. We'll get back to the front if this gap gets any closer, but let's go back here with Moniz, Morales, Mark Wright, all mixing it up, all going at it on track. Trying to figure out who will run where and who will walk away with what position. Dakota Moniz needed a good run here tonight, a solid run to possibly point his way into the championship round, and he very well may walk away with the opportunity for a chance to run for a championship. We believe Hernandez will lock himself in. Morris Bogan, very close. Bogan out there on track, running in that 16th position, and he needed to finish 16th or better to fight for his championship. It looks like he's going to do so just by the skin of his teeth. So Thomas Walter, Dylan Walterman, really the only 2 drivers that may fall out of your top 16 to give Moniz a shot. Because if Talmadge gets in, well, that's going to mix things up and bump drivers in, bump one driver in, and that's himself. It's going to bump a handful of drivers out, possibly, though. Moniz right there. I'm telling you, I'm liking the chances. I think that number 5 will find a way in the into postseason. I think he's going to make up enough points here tonight to walk away with an opportunity to run for a championship. We'll have to wait to see if that's how it all unfolds. The 91 of Martin Morales has Mark Wright and Patrick Hernandez all over him. This is the closest battles on track. We'll get back to the front if we need to. The 5 fingers in the air last time around. Just 5 laps to go here from Phoenix. And I mean, an amazing race put together by Talmadge. As we said, fast all day long here from Phoenix. Right when he needed to be, he grabbed the top spot, and he has not looked back. What a run here tonight. What a way to cap off the regular season, but with yet another new race winner. Now let's hope we don't jinx them. Let's head up front with your race leader inside of that Fruity Pebbles number 12 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Light little bit of rotor glow getting on the binders down into the corner. He'll make his way off and across the start-finish line. 3 laps to go. Just a short 3 miles, race fans, but it is going to feel like a marathon. Off of the corner, crossing the line, popsicle sticks on display for the Fruity Pebbles ZL1 Camaro. Talmadge just about 1.5 miles away from walking away with the checkered flag, walking away with his first race win, walking away with the opportunity to chase after some championship hardware. And he'll come through the final few corners here, back off of turn number 4 and coming to the line. White flag flies. Final lap, 1 to go here tonight from Phoenix, being brought to you by the KL Customs. Your one-stop shop for all your custom Kyle Larson diecast. Look no further than KL Customs. Back down the backstretch into turn 3 for the final time. Checkered flag looming as the 12 of Talmadge tears off of 4, crossing the line, and new race winner for the first time this season. The 12 of Talmadge will park it in victory lane, and he will park that 12 in the postseason. He will run for a championship when we head to Pocono and have a shot at making his way through the championship chase to run for the season hardware at Charlotte Motor Speedway. What a night for Jared Talmadge, walking away with the race win. Give this man some credit where credit is due. My gosh, that's how you put yourself into the postseason. And he's going to bring the machine to the front stretch, give the fans in the stands a little bit of a smoke show, celebrate this playoff winning performance, or you know what I meant. This race winning performance to give himself a chance to run for the championship. And there you can see burning it down. Job well done, my man. Enjoy this one. The smoke show will continue for a moment, so we're going to get things ready and set up to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Man, what a night. What a race. We're trying to do the one to go all over again because it was such a great race here tonight at Phoenix Raceway in the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Kayci Memorial 195 right here from Phoenix Raceway. What a night. Man, our pole sitter, he went from the front to the back, back to the front. And I tell you what, let's see if we can go ahead and grab a handful of words with the driver inside of that filter time number 10. Let's see if we can't dial up Thomas Green as Dave. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, another fine finish, another fine run for you and your 10 crew here tonight. Walked away with the pole position. Didn't get to translate that into yet another race win. But now that the regular season's in the bag, Thomas, what's your thoughts moving forward from here? We've got the little break next week when we head to the All-Star race. So tell us a little bit about your night tonight and how you feel about heading to Pocono and Dover in those opening 2 races.
Yeah, we had a pretty good night. Found crazy speed in practice and then qualified on the pole. Probably could have got a little bit more lap time for the pole, but nonetheless, it was pole, so I'm happy. That first run, we definitely learned a lot. I learned that I burned my tires up pretty quickly running the lane that I feel most comfortable here. So it was still fast, but burned my right front up, my right sides in general a little too much. And that was kind of all she wrote for the rest of the night. Then I got speeding penalties and spun out trying to go on the apron and just kept resetting myself to the back. And maybe if we didn't spin out, we could have got up there and maybe had a little 3-way battle for the lead. But nonetheless, it was a great win for Jarrett. Very proud of him. He said that he might need to win to lock himself in, and that's exactly what he went out and did. So proud of the team effort overall. Had great speed tonight, and yeah, just pretty good race overall. A lot of good battles.
Absolutely, man. We couldn't agree with you anymore from our standpoint up here in the production booth, watching all of the great racing action. You providing us with some of that great racing action. As you said, a little bit of trouble throughout the course of tonight's race. You kept on sending yourself back to the back, but that produced some great racing action for us. Got to watch you work your way back all the way to the podium, all the way back to third. Do you think? I mean, you mentioned it just moments ago. You touched on it just a little bit. But do you think maybe, let's see, if you didn't have to reset yourself that final time, do you think maybe you might have been able to keep Talmadge out of victory lane?
I mean, it was definitely a possibility. But just long run, I knew that, he passed me on that first run for the stage, and then Ryan got around me. So I wasn't quite sure, especially knowing that I had to push my tires so hard to run the line that I like to run to be fast, which is pretty much bottom all the way around here. Just working up in 1 and 2, just trying to find other possibilities of a line to run isn't exactly what I'm best at here. So it was in my mind that maybe I had a shot if I could adapt, but it's so hard to adapt here. This track is so difficult, especially with this car, and I don't know. I didn't really think I had too much for him.
It's definitely a unique layout, especially after the reconfiguration. Can throw a lot of drivers off, and all the corners being a little bit different tend to bring out the best in some of our skills and things of that nature. But Thomas, congratulations on yet another podium finish. It's been a pleasure all regular season to watch you race it out there and try to get as many wins as you can. You got 2 to your back pocket. We head into a non-points race next week at the All-Star event, so we'll look forward to catching up with you there. But before we let you go tonight, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Shout out to Jarrett for that race win. Awesome performance for team premier. And shout out to you guys for amazing broadcasts.
Well, Thomas, I know we appreciate those kind words. I know Jarrett's definitely going to be fired up with this race win and the words of appreciation as well. So with all that being said, my man, stay safe, keep it fast, and we'll try to catch up with you next week at the All-Star.
Thank you, man.
All right, there you have it. Your Pump and Dump Clothing Company Pole Award winner, Thomas Green, has some trouble, self-inflicted problems in the 10 makes his way back to the podium. He'll walk away with third. And that's going to move us right on down the line with your podium drivers. Let's see if we can dial up the man inside of that Inco Tour 49 Camaro Bird. It's Dave. How you doing, bro?
Doing good, doing good.
Well, man, let's just go ahead and get to the point. Just another podium, another second place. Man, how upset can you get?
Yeah, if we were racing different people, it'd be more upsetting, but it still sucks to finish second this much. But this is when it really starts. Now that we're in the playoffs, it's really time to go win them and try and get to that Final Four more than anything.
Well, during our commercial break, getting things set up and ready to go for the post-race interviews, we were able to talk a little bit about certain scenarios and things of that nature. With what you said there, we are starting the playoffs here in a short 2 weeks. We've got the All-Star event next week. Then we head to Pocono, Dover, the Glen, Atlanta, and Charlotte. Out of those races, do you think any of those events, any of those races, do you think you're going to be able to break through that I don't want to call it a curse because you've been to Victory Lane, but do you think one of those events, that's going to be one that we will see you back in Victory Lane?
The Glen is circled for sure, and Dover is one of my best tracks on the sim. So either one of those, I think, are very real shots. But right now, the way we've been running, I think I can win every week, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, you've been right there week in, week out, Ryan. So it's never good to bet against you or count you out. And once again, you've proven that to be true here tonight, walking away with second place once again. And that Tattoos by Paulie, Inco Tour, Chevy Z01 Camaro. So we know you got a lot of other interviews lined up waiting over there. I can see all the other announcers and the radio stations giving me that evil eye, so we won't keep you too much longer. So is there anybody you'd like to thank back home, maybe at the shop? Anybody you want to give a special shout out to?
Thanks as always to my teammate and my girlfriend for putting up with, again, sim racing on a Saturday night to be doing a whole lot of other stuff. Shout out to all the admins that make this happen. We locked up the regular season championship here, which doesn't mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, but it's nice to do that. And yeah, thank you to you for broadcasting everything.
Well, Ryan, we appreciate the kind words. I know you thanking your girlfriend first is going to go a long way with you continuing these Saturday night race events. Very smart, man. I'm going to tell you that much right there. But Ryan, it's been a pleasure all regular season, and we hope we get to talk to you here as we begin that championship chase in just 2 short weeks.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
All right, there you go. Ryan Bird, your regular season points winner. With a shot at a championship, we'll have to wait for the All-Star event next week before these drivers get set to run down in Pocono. But tonight, that Inco Tour Chevy Z01 Camaro parks it in second. Ryan Bird walks away with yet another podium. That's going to move us right along to the man of the moment. Getting the job done when he needed to have a very good points night, maybe even a race win to secure his championship shot, and that's just what that Fruity Pebbles number 12 driver did here tonight. Jared Talmadge with a solid finish and a solid run. Hey, Jared, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Hello?
Hey, man, you got us?
Yes, I do.
Hey, there you go, man. How you doing? How you feeling after, number one, your first race win, but more importantly, you're in the championship chase?
It feels amazing after finishing second 2 weeks in a row. I don't even know. That was really hard there. I thought Ryan was going to get me at the end, to be honest. I don't know how I did that.
Well, if I'm remembering correctly, which I've got a pretty darn good memory, we talked about it last week. Your second podium, your second place finish last week at Michigan. We said that race win was just around the corner, and we were right. You got it done here tonight. Does it make it any sweeter that it was the last opportunity to punch your ticket to the postseason?
No, not really. I would have liked it way before this, to be honest. That was too much pressure. But hey, we're somehow in the playoffs after missing a bunch of races, so we'll take it and see what we can do.
Absolutely. Well, I've got one off the wall question left for you before we'll hand the mic for the shout outs and thank yous and things of that nature. We noticed your profile picture. You got Danny Rick up there. Are we going to see a shoey from Talmadge in Victory Lane?
Right. I don't know about that one. I don't know about it. Maybe we'll see what's in the budget.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, I gotta poke a little bit of fun at you. Big fan of Formula One. I can see you at least have some interest in it, as we said, with that Danny Rick photo as the profile. But man, getting the job done here tonight. Congratulations on the first race win. Congratulations on making it to the postseason for a chance for the championship. So before we let you go, you probably got a long list and a lot of celebrating to do here tonight. So we're going to go ahead and hand you the mic. Thank yous, love yous. Anybody you want to thank back home or at the shop?
I'd like to shout out Thomas and Ike. Really big help. Kind of was horrible there the first run. They taught me some stuff there. Like, thank you for putting on the broadcast, people that run the league. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, my man. Well, short and sweet and to the point. You got some celebrating to do. And if you walk away with the championship, man, I want a shoey picture. I want you with a shoey. It's got to be done. What do you say? Can we get that in writing?
If I win the championship, I'll put out a shoey.
Oh, there it is. Fans, you heard it right here first. Shoey, if he gets that championship hardware, we're gonna figure out a way to make this thing happen, man. But no, on a serious note, congratulations, job well done, and we'll see how you go next week at the All-Star event.
Thank you.
All right, final parting words there with that 12, Fruity Pebbles. Z01 Camaro driver Jared Talmadge parks it in victory lane for the first time and punches his ticket to the postseason. What a run here tonight for the 12, capturing that checkered flag. Whew. What a night for us. A lot of crazy racing action all over the place, and it appears producers already hitting those buttons, so you know the sounds, you know the tunes, you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the checkered flag in hand, postseason right around the corner for the driver inside of that 12 machine. Jared Talmadge walks away with the race win. Yet another second place performance for that 49 of Ryan Bird. Thomas Green, your Pumping Up Clothing Company Pole Award winner, walks away with a podium spot. He finishes tonight's race at Phoenix back in third. Fourth place belongs to Max Bonner. Thomas Walter rounds out your top five. Dakota Moniz finds himself home in sixth. Seventh place to Mark Wright. The 2 of Patrick Hernandez finishes in eighth. Ninth place to the 91 of Martin Morales. Kerry Trebu with a solid appearance here tonight at Phoenix. Just 3 races into his season. Trebu walks away 10th. The 20 of James Trammell gonna fall just short in his postseason quest. Trammell finishes tonight's race back in 11th. Sean Huffstutler back in 12th. 13th to Maurice Million. Ryan Ferraro finishes tonight's race. Last driver on the lead lap. In the 14th position, Dylan Walterman walks away 15th. 16th tonight to Morris Bogan. Isaac Shelley with electrical issues causing a mechanical breakdown. The 98 finishes tonight's race back in 17th. 18th tonight from Phoenix belongs to the 01 of Aaron Kralik. Rye Lewis back in 19th. And rounding out the 20-car field here tonight is Shane White. That's going to do it for us in the booth here tonight. We're going to begin to roll up the cords and cut off the lights. But first, before we do, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us in our quest. Tell your friends to tell their friends and family. Join us in that push to 3,000. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash the bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live. And that's going to be it for us here tonight at Phoenix Raceway in the KC Memorial 195. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet ya in turn 3.